emerging from their buses like beautiful butterflies from their cocoons.
You guys have grown since last year.
These fourth graders from University School of Nashville are taking their classroom to Mother Nature.
We have a lot of field trips and they're really fun because I like going into nature. And I especially like the ones where we go to lakes because usually I like to put my feet in the lake.
Can I help you with your buckles?
On this warm spring day, they're at Long Hunter State Park.
You're going to hold your paddle out like this. Watch each other, make sure you don't hit each other.
About to shove off onto the refreshing waters of Couchville Lake.
Feels good, especially in this day where it's warm and sunny and there's a breeze, but I really enjoy when you're out there and the water is cold, but it's hot, and so whenever you get splashed, it feels really good.
All boats are meant to rock, just like a canoe or a kayak.
The purpose of this field trip, of course, is not lost on these boys and girls. They know that learning in the classroom is far different from actually seeing what they study in the outdoors.
I can understand it better when I'm outside looking at it, because in a book you can't really see it at different angles, and you can see it all the way around however you want when you see it in real life.
So today is just a day to get them familiar with a kayak, learn how to do some basic strokes, how to balance in the boat, how to wear their PFD.
It might be their first time to kayak, but this is not their first time in the wild for these budding environmentalists. As part of University School's Young Naturalists program, they've been on field trips since kindergarten, and for a very good reason.
Our children are disconnected, and they're not comfortable in the outdoors, and they don't feel a part of it. And so by starting in kindergarten and moving through each one of these activities or each one of these focuses by design, it helps them come to know it and come to love it.
Be careful, stay on the trail.
By all appearances, such strategy is working.
If you ever see a pink flower growing from the bark of a tree around here in the springtime, you know it's probably a redbud.
On a nature hike, there's keen interest in the eyes of students like Ona Moore as they soak up the words of seasonal ranger Naya Davis.
We do have a lot of things in this forest that are edible. You can eat if you're really hungry, but random mushrooms are not one of them, and they never should be.
They're here to study the microscopic world of lichen and moss and fungi.
I feel that there are a lot of things on the ground maybe that kids would be more interested in than adults, and if you miss it as kids, then you might not be so intrigued as adults.
They have the chance to see some of the wood's inhabitants up close, even the geologic formations so abundant in our area.
So everybody, what is this called? Sinkhole. Sinkhole, very good. And so I know that you guys have been learning in class a little bit about sinkholes, but just to kind of refresh your memories, who knows what type of rock this is? Limestone. Limestone, very good.
It's fun, but don't underestimate the impact this is having on these young minds.
Well, I think when we grow up, it will be important because I think it's good to learn about animals and just know about them if you see one.
At the end of a memorable day, Ona Moore and her classmates put their thoughts on paper. Through pictures and words, they're illustrating the experiences they'll always remember. The awesome sight of vultures watching warily over the lake. The fun of kayaking. Deer so close they can almost be touched. The unique characteristics of a cedar glade. Even the small world beneath their feet.
All of those things you might do in the classroom come alive when they're really in it. The words just are real, instead of something they've read or written down or tried to, understand in the classroom.
I'm Alan Griggs on the Wild Side.